Hi crocheters of the world, in this tutorial we will work together on this marvelous and easy, very easy to crochet summer blouse. It's so lovely, you will just adore it because as you know, as you remember, if you remember the previous tutorial of mine, which is scarf or wrap in a combo stitch. This is the combo stitch. Okay, let me tell you, I was working on my scarf, on my summer scarf, and was like something, a light into my head, that I say, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful, this combo stitch, so simple, so easy and so beautiful, that I have to do something more than a scarf. Now you can work a wrap. I worked this summer blouse. There are two stripes, two summer scarves, let's say, sewn together, and a border, and that's all. That's all, believe me or not, it's so easy. Now, I have here some yarns to present you for this project. They are yarns from Oana boutique, and as I said, only some we ship only in some countries in Europe, like German, like Belgium, like Spanish, like I don't remember. Okay, and I'm very Luxembourg, I think. I'm very sorry, but that's it. It's not very easy to find cheap shipping costs. So for those who can and want to work with my yarns and my recommended actually yarns for this project, I am here to present some of them. So first of all, I presented the yarn that I used, the both. So it's the Alize Bella Batik. Here I used a changing color, but even in one color, they are just marvelous. You can also purchase two colors, and you work some and just one color of paillette of sequin yarn. This is a sequin yarn, very thin, so delicate, so lovely. It gives a shiny effect, very nice and delicate shiny effect, actually, as you can see it on me. So you can choose two colors with one paillette, this one, or the silver one that I used in mine, and you will have a lovely effect. Okay, you put them together and you work them together with a 4 or 4.5 millimeters hook, as I did here. I work it with my 4 millimeters hook. Okay, now if you like to work with both together, if you don't want, I have another version for you to show. It's so lovely. Now it's the Soul yarn. It's a cotton with lurex in it, so soft and so fancy. Look at this color, isn't it just lovely? If you maybe don't like so shiny, then you can just join the Bairo Alto yarn. I will put the links below, okay, so you have them, you don't have to worry. Look at this combination. Now these two, you don't have to work them both together. You will work one, let's say the sequence is of 7 rows, so we can work 3 or 4 rows with this, and then you switch to the opaque color, and you will have such a beautiful, excellent effect in your blouse. Oh my gosh, will be just lovely. These are the two yarns that the combination that I really want to work something with. I didn't have this when I began this one, so that's why I choose these two, but they are both lovely, really. Okay, so there are other colors. This one goes very well with a yarn from Bairo Alto. It's a orange yarn, really beautiful. So there are other combinations that you can choose from. Now let's talk about quantity of yarns. I used about 300 grams to 350 grams of yarn, of the cotton yarn, this one, and 375 of this one. 75 because this comes in skeins of balls of 25 grams, so not 50 grams but 25 grams. Okay, so if you need a larger size, you will just add 100 grams, better more than less. Okay, so I said I can say I recommend you 100 grams, so you can be sure that you won't run out of yarn. Okay, this is very important for us. Oh my gosh, running out of yarn, it's something like a nightmare for us, obvious. Okay, now these are the quantities, so you can go up with 100 grams for one size more, so mine is medium, and maybe down less, let's say, of 100 grams for a size less, so for a small size or extra small size. Okay. Instead, if you decide to work with these two, you will need about 500 grams for a medium size of both. Okay, so you will take more one skein more for the yarn that you choose to work the 4 rounds. Okay, because as I said, it is a sequence. The sequence to repeat of the combo is of 7 rows, so you will work 4 with one and 3 with the other one. But we have single crochet and we have double triple crochet, so actually they are more or less very equally the same, so 3 and 4. Okay, now that's it. Quantity I said. I worked with 4mm hook. In the tutorial I give you all the measures. You have the link below of the combo stitch that I already presented you in the previous tutorial. So in this tutorial I didn't explain it anymore. And you have the measures, you have the way you can alter it in another size, so will be really easy for you to work it. It is a little bit to sew, but just a little bit, and it's for the sake of this blouse you can do it. You can just do it. So I let you the tutorial. Bye. So let me explain you a little bit the measures that you need. You will need 2 stripes, as I have here. 2 stripes of the same, equally the same dimensions, obvious. Now I will tell you first in centimeters and then in chains and sequences to repeat. Now for this one, the tutorial, in the previous tutorial, I shown you how to work the stitch for a scarf or a wrap. So it's exactly the same stitch. I put the link below so we can follow the stitch on that tutorial, on the previous tutorial. Here I only explain you how to transform this stitch, this combo stitch, in a lovely summer blouse, and so very easy. Now I have my 2 stripes. Let me tell you a little bit about them. First of all, the total length of one stripe is 90 centimeters in my case, and the width is 30 centimeters, so 90 and 30. Okay, then let me explain you in chains and sequences. A sequence to repeat is composed by 7 rows, so 7 rows. So, and the multiple of this stitch is 3 plus 4. 3 plus 4 meaning that we add 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, chain 3, chain 3, chain 3 for the width that we love. The width must be a quarter of the whole hip circumference, so a quarter, okay. I have 30, so of the hip circumference, but taken with ease, we have to leave some centimeters for ease, obvious. It don't has to be straight, very tight on our bodies. Okay, so multiple of 3 plus 4. I have 46 chains. I began with 46 chains. 42 for my multiple of 3, and I have 14 groups of 3 plus 4. So 42 plus 4 is 46. Now, just let me tell you how you can alter this measure. You can alter it by adding 3 chains more for 1 size more. So, and 3 chains less for 1 size less. So if this is a medium size, okay, and if you want a small size, you will put 3 chains more less. Then if you want a extra small size, you will put 6 chains less from my medium size, and the same thing from 1 size more. So for 1 size more, you will put 42 plus 3, 45 plus 4. Obviously, this 4 chains, so the chain 4 that you have to put at the end, you have to put it at the end. So that's it, okay. Then for a large, you will put 6 chains more. For a extra large, 9 chains more than mine, okay. So you will just add 3 more for each size you want to work, okay. This is how to alter. For the length of the stripe, it's the length, actually the entire length is back and front of our blouse. So half of this length is actually the length of our blouse, okay, because the entire is back and front of our blouse. Now let's see how to join them together. You will just fold them in twice, your stripes. I must say that I put a odd number of sequences of 7 stitches, but and that's why I had to fold half sequence. If you put a even number of sequences, so I have 9 sequences, I repeated the sequence 9 times. If you repeat it 8 times or 10 times, so let's say a even number, then you will put half of the number of the sequences on the front side and the other half on the back side, so it's easier for you. But I don't know why I stopped at 9, so I have 9, I just fold in twice 1 sequence and it's okay. The important thing is to be folded equally the same level, equally the same sequence, okay, to have the same number of sequences on the front side and the same number of sequences on the back side. And now what we need to do is to sew together the 2 parts until we will leave here let's say 2 centimeters, okay. And I will search for my single crochet row. It's here. I will put a marker in and I will search on the other side exactly the same thing for my single crochet row, and I will put a marker, the same marker, so I will join actually here, because like this I know where to stop. Now I will begin to sew here on the bottom side. And I have, so you have, as I have, to be very, very sure that you are joining, stitching the same part of the sequence, the same row on one side and on the other side. This is very important, obvious. Okay, so let me just join this part and I will be back to show you. This will be the color that I use. You have to use a color or a neutral color or a color that is more or less, or maybe I will use a neutral color, maybe it's better, or a color that is more or less similar with the color that you use for your entire blouse. Okay, I will just cut a little bit of yarn, make a knot, or maybe not, but yes, make the knot and begin to sew on this side. And this will be obvious the wrong side, like this. Just be sure that, as you can see here, it is the double crochet row. So I will just join together the double crochet rows first. Then I will pass on the single crochet row and then on the double triple. Okay, so this is very important for us, like this. Okay, now this is the double triple. I will go on the double triple, paying attention to be both sides the same. Can you see? So this is how we need to do, this is how we need to stitch together. It's a little bit boring, but believe me, it's very easy, and you will have soon a lovely, lovely, lovely summer blouse. Okay, like this. Let me just finish this and I will be back to show you how to do it on the front side. So I already sewn all the back side. Here it is. I joined together on the center the two stripes, and now I will do the same thing on the front side, but I will leave for the neckline a nice space, and I will join only the other side. So I put a marker where I want to how large I want to be the neckline, okay, like this. And actually I tried it on myself, so I highly recommend it to you to try it on yourselves to see if it fits. And then you can just sew. Of course, the wrong side, it's the side where you already sewn the first part, the back side, and the same you will use to sew the front side. Now I put a marker, I will sew this side, and then next step is to sew the sides and to leave the armhole obvious free, and that's all. This is how we create from two stripes a lovely blouse. Now I will show you in the last part of the video how to put a border, a bottom border, to make it longer, to make it as long as you wish actually. So please leave me, just let me finish with the sewing parts here, and then I will be back to show you how it looks and how to put the last part, the bottom part. I finished, I sewn all the parts that I have to join, even the sides, and I only leave the armholes. So I actually have my blouse already, but what I want to do here is to add actually a bottom border, because for me it's too small. I need it longer, that's all. So I will add on the back side, and I know how many stitch I have because I know with how many chains I began my my stripes, and it's 46 per 4, because actually we have 4, 2 on the back side, 2 on the front side. And I need a multiple of 3. So if it is not the sum of these 4 is not a multiple of 3, you just need to decrease some 1 or 2, obvious, not more, to get your multiple of 3. Why I need a multiple of 3? Just because I want to work again with the pattern, the same 7 rows, now will be rounds pattern. But when we work in rounds, we don't need the 4 chains more, the 4 stitches more, so we only need the multiple, and my multiple is 3, sorry. So I will insert hook here exactly when I joined 2, so you can see I will chain 3, and then I will begin. My very first round will be a double crochet round, but a herringbone, I think it is the name. I always forget the name. Anyway, the same that I used for the entire blouse. So this double crochet, and now just let me show you how to decrease. If you will need at the end, you just double crochet and count them, so you will know if it is a multiple of 3 or not by the end of your first round, and you can actually decrease to get the same number. So let's say I will decrease here. Let me just finish this part over the tail, because I am actually working over the tails too. Okay, so let's say these two. So I will insert hook into my first and work my first like this, then into the second, and the same thing like this, and together. So this is my first decrease. Actually, I won't let it as a decrease. I will just want to show you. Okay, so I have 46 per 4, it's 184, and this is not a multiple of 3, but 183 it is. So I will just work one decrease. Okay, so just sum your 4 parts, so you will know if it is or it is not a multiple of 3, and how many stitches you need to decrease to get 1. Okay, I will just continue on with this first row and round, sorry, and then I will just work in pattern, so the same pattern stitch, actually 2 times. This is my idea, I want to repeat the sequence 2 times more, and that would be all. My blouse will be just ready. I will be back to show you what I have. Now let me just show you here. I went on for a little bit, about 10 centimeters. It's not actually, so I didn't repeat the same pattern, because I just invented some stitches really easy. So here it is, the double crochet with the puff stitch around that we used even in our pattern stitch, only that here I work it double crochet, puff stitch, skip 1, so in multiple of 2, and then into the next I work double crochet into only one of the 2 double crochets here, and in between I work the second. So just I play a little bit with these 2 double crochets. Then here I work 2 crisscrossed double crochet. In the middle of this I work 2, oh here are, then a herringbone double crochet round, and again a crisscross, and then in between them I work the 2 double crochet. So 2, 2, 2, but only that I played a little bit with them. So about 10 centimeters the border, and here it is. My summer blouse is ready. Really, really lovely, really easy to work, and so comfy and chic. It's comfy and fancy, exactly the 2 features that I really want to have in my crochet things, crochet blouses and so on. So hope you enjoy. See you at the next tutorial. Bye bye.